Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for February the 17th, 2011. Now we're going to revisit the US-Japan currency pair. I still like this trade. We were able to pick up about 50 pips or so on this today. Not a big move, but we have extended higher. That's the key thing I want to point out here. We've moved all the way up to just under that 84 level. We can see here the candlesticks for tomorrow from Vantage Point are pointing right at that 84 and this long bar down. So what we're doing here is looking for a pullback in order to get back into those long positions. Now our predicted short-term difference has turned somewhat lower, but our predicted medium and long-term differences are still net positive, as is the predicted MACD and the predicted true strength indicator. What I like about this trade, our major support level is at 82.79. We then have 83.16 and 83.59. We have closed today at 83.68. We're still closed above all three of the Vantage Point predicted moving averages, which is still a bullish signal. Now, with the FOMC statement that was out today, nothing in that was of any real interest to me. It doesn't really change the picture of what's going on to any great extent. The equities are going to continue to move higher. Risk aversion's good. That's going to hurt the yen. Now it may also hurt the dollar, but I think it's going to there's a lot of things at play here that are going to hurt the yen more than they will hurt the dollar. So while I think that the dollar may weaken across the board, but I think the yen will continue to do so also. And the edge we have here is the dollar is likely to be stronger. So let's have a look now at the US-Japan currency pair and see what we've got for a trading range for tomorrow. Now I suspect the 83.20 area, 83.30 area, that area is in my opinion a very good area of support. Now looking at the Vantage Point daily range for tomorrow, we have 84.04 and 83.32. 83.32 is, in my opinion, a very good entry point right around that area, and we're going to look for a slight breach of the 84 level tomorrow. Now the neural index is still positive, but again we're struggling a little bit here today with the dollar weakness, and we've closed slightly below yesterday's close. Yesterday we closed at 83.79. Tonight we've closed at 83.68. Still, that's still good. The main thing I want to point out here, we've extended higher. Yesterday we were 83.92. Today we were 83.98. The low, it's a higher low, 83.50 versus 83.20. There's a number of indicators here that still point that the dollar yen, even with the dollar weakness, that the dollar yen will continue to move up after a very minor correction. Now when I see things like this, I also like to go down all the way down to the short-term crossover from Vantage Point. We can see that the short-term crossover has not even remotely crossed to the downside. This again is still a bullish signal for this currency pair. So we're not going to be like these intraday scalpers. We're going to stick with this position, and we're going to be looking for a bigger move, possibly towards the 84.50, 85 level even. But again, we're going to see a little pullback. We've got to see how deep this is going to be. But our main primary indicators here right now, what I really like, again, the long-term cross, the predicted MACD, predicted true strength indicator, all three of these are lined up very nicely. So we're going to stick with this position. So that's our first trade for tonight. Now our second trade is going to be in the iShares Nasdaq Biotechnology, the IBX-IBB. Now what's interesting about this one, again, we have a very interesting setup here. Now this is certainly a pricey per share. It's we're sitting about the $94 per share mark, but again our setup is, it looks like we're getting into a trending move on this particular ETF. Now we can see that we have the long-term crossover from Vantage Point has just crossed the trigger. Again, the predicted MACD and the predicted true strength indicator are just crossing over that trigger, and the predicted short, medium, and long-term differences have just recently broke above the zero line. So this particular ETF really does look like it has some momentum here. So with that said, let's go into our daily report and see what we've got. Now we can see here that for tomorrow we've got 94, 98, as the low and 95.87 is the high. So we're looking for about $1 per share gain, just about $1 per share gain. And again, 59, 63, and 42. You can actually see the predicted short, medium, and long-term differences rolling over long. Our neural index is positive. Everything on this particular trade looks quite good. So again, this is going to be a longer term play, or well, even your intraday traders can still do quite good on a trade like this, but your medium and longer term traders, they should be looking for, again, back up over the $100 a share mark on this IDX iShares Nasdaq Biotechnology. Now this, again, with a setup like this, we really like to get in on the early stages of a move like this, and I think we're just about there. We've closed, again, we've closed at the 95.30 level, so we're only looking for a very minor retracement on the day tomorrow, and then we're going to use that very minor retracement to get back into our long positions. So those are the market positions for February the 17th, 2011. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.